It's New Year's Eve. What's going to be happening with the crypto market as we close out the year and head into 2025? This is Crypto Simulation Theory. I'm the Gaussian Snake, and this is not financial advice. We're going to do a crypto market overview tonight and look at all the different metrics in the crypto space and see what they're telling us about 2025. We'll start off with total crypto market cap, which, I don't know, looks pretty good to me. So if you look at the candle pattern with total, it's put in usually a red, and then you get three greens, a red, three greens, a red. What do you think's happening in 2025? Probably another green. That's what probabilities would tell us. It's going to probably be pretty nice. I think that we stand a shot at tapping 10 trillion or getting close to it. So let's start off with that. But let's peel back the layers of the onion. Let's look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoin dominance, just everything. Let's just unpeel it all. These are quarterly Heikin-Ashi candles for Bitcoin. And we have a nice Q4. It is a green candle with a nice overshadow. It's exactly what you would like to see. Also turned on some moving averages. So in purple, we have the 30-month whole moving average HMA, which golden crossed with the yellow, which is the 60-month, and the green, which is the 120-month HMA. In fact, the 60-month has just golden crossed with the 120-month. So while price action is just ever so slightly above the 30-month, it looks good. You can see these price appreciation patterns come in waves. Really points to a very juicy start to 2025. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing some pretty nice price action, very likely coming our way in the early part of 2025. You can see that, typically you're going to see these candles go indecisive before we get to the end of a bull market. I mean, there is sort of an exception here in January of 2022, but I don't feel like we look anything like that right now. Things are just starting to get lined up. You've got this golden cross that's just occurred. So I'm not particularly worried about what I'm seeing here at all. I think it looks really good. Doesn't the S&P 500 just look beautiful? Wow, what a nice bull market the S&P is in. This is not a time to fade Bitcoin, folks. There's the HMA 50, HMA 100, HMA 200, HMA 20, HMA 10, HMA 40. I mean, it just looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. The stock market looks good. And one thing we should check now is what's the correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market? We know that throughout most of 2024, it wasn't positively correlated, or it was very weakly correlated. Let's take a look at where it's at now. Well, unsurprisingly, the correlation with the stock market right now is pretty high. We've got a correlation coefficient of 0.8. So whatever the stock market does, Bitcoin's likely to follow, and the stock market's looking really hot. It's looking good. Again, on the quarterly time frame, we're not on the weekly time frame. It's better to do the correlation analysis on a smaller time frame, and not really want to look at it on any too much of a high time frame. There's not enough data really for that. But we've been studying this since even down here or even before, and we came out of this lull, and we're probably going to be up here for a little while. So I think stock market looks strong in Q1. Bitcoin will look strong as well. Okay, so here's some HMAs for you. We've got the yellow, which is the 20-week. We've got the blue, which is the 50-week, the white, which is the 100-week, and the red, which is the 200-week. Clear golden cross of the blue with the white. That is so bullish. I don't think Bitcoin's going below its 50-week. I think it could get to the 50-week, which is right in my red zone. My red zone ranges from 84,500 to 88,500. And I made this red zone back when Bitcoin was, up here. By the way, these are Heikin-Ashi candles. Well, I didn't mean to leave those on, but since they're on, we might as well look at it. Looks like we've got a downtrend going. We've got an undershadow here. So I think we make it to this red zone. I think the first 2 weeks of January are likely to be red weeks. I could be wrong about that, but I'm just saying I think it's likely, and I'll give you some rationale behind that other than just I think so. Let's go ahead and look at the wave trend oscillator. The wave trend oscillator printed a bearish divergence dot. So whenever you get a red divergence dot like this, you're going to have some downside. I don't think we're going to get a lot of downside, but I think we could make it below the red zone. This is sort of like a overbought zone. and then turn around. Now, is that going to happen? I'm kind of eyeballing like mid-January as sort of a turning point for this market. I do think we're going to get a few red weeks. What I'm really looking for is a nice big sell-off that gets bought up really well. So I think give the 50-week a week or two to catch up to the red zone, and I think there's your touch point for another leg higher. So I don't see any more than a few more weeks of weakness. Could it go longer than the 15th of January? Sure. I'm open to that idea as well. I don't think that it has to, but I wouldn't be upset if it did. Let's just do Heiken Ashes for everything. Okay, so this is ETH Bitcoin on the weekly. And I think I want to click into the chart a little bit bigger. We'll come back to the wave trend in a minute. But yeah, I haven't looked at the Heiken Ashes on ETH Bitcoin. So it's actually kind of fun to look at them. This was sort of accidental, but sometimes accidents are good. I really feel like this is the bottom down here at 303,193 Bitcoin. I think that was the bottom. I think we're making kind of like a double bottom, or you could call it a bottoming process. We are above the 50-week HMA. We are above the 20-week HMA. I think a big move for ETH Bitcoin is coming in Q1. I really do. And I say, like, everybody's got their eyes on Bitcoin, but really the thing that you want to be paying attention to during 2025, did I say 2021? Oh, I'm in 2025. The thing that you want to pay attention to in 2025 is ETH. You want to look at Ethereum. Ethereum hasn't done shit this year. I think it's going to do really well in 2025. And it's going to be an Ethereum and altcoin year. I'm not just saying that because I want it to be true. I'm saying that because that's what the chart's telling me. Bottoming process already occurring. So, and if we look at the wave trend, look at this. This is a bullish divergence. When these green dots occur, they are typically turning points. So I think we're forming a higher low on the wave trend, and we have so much room to go. When was the last time we were in the red zone? We haven't been in the red zone since December of 2021. But yeah, 2021 was the last time ETH Bitcoin got into the red zone. We haven't even gotten there yet. So in my mind, it's inevitable. We're going to be up here in 2025, and it is going to be a lot of fun, especially for people holding altcoins and ETH. Let's just do Heiken Ashes on everything. I said that when Bitcoin dominance fell beneath all of its moving averages, that it would, that this is most likely a dead cat bounce. And I stand by that. We got rejected at 60%, rejection at the 100-week HMA, death cross on the 20 with the 100, incoming death cross of the 50 with the 100, probably a death cross of the 100 with the 200, and you've got the start of your bear market. So a bear market for Bitcoin dominance is a bull market for Ethereum and altcoins. And that's where I think things are heading in 2025. And it'd be kind of interesting to look, just for fun, folks. Let's just look at this. Let's look at the quarterly Heiken Ashes for Bitcoin dominance. It's been a good year, right? Like, undoubtedly for Bitcoin dominance, it has been a fun year. It's been fun to be in Bitcoin. But do you really think this is going any higher in 2025? I don't think so. In fact, look at down here. What do you notice on this Heiken Ashes candle? It has a really nice overshadow, but it also has the first undershadow since January of 2023. That's significant. I think we get an indecisive green Heiken Ashes in Q1 2025, which is going to be so bullish for altcoins. What if we look on the wave trend on the weekly for Bitcoin dominance? I pulled it up on the 3 months just because because I did. But of course, I would never look at it on that time frame. Clear bearish divergence. I mean, look at all these red dots. We're heading down. We're at levels pretty close to levels not seen in quite some time. Altcoin season is coming, and it is coming soon. Remember what I said on this channel if you've been following me and watching all my YouTube videos? When this altcoin season came down, which I didn't know that was going to happen, by the way, but when it was already coming down, I said likely support would be found right around here at the 47 level. We actually came right down to around 43, and look at where we're holding support. We're going to probably build out support. This is so bullish, like you don't even understand. If you're holding altcoins, I know you're feeling the pain right now, but there's so much beauty to come, and I think it's going to come soon. I think February is probably going to be a really great month for altcoins, and even maybe the end of January, or if we're lucky, the middle of January. I mean, it could come sooner, but it's kind of like, I'm looking for Bitcoin to kind of recover first. So I would say February is probably going to be a really good time to hold altcoins. And that right now we're in the accumulation zone of a lifetime. Like, I don't think you're going to get better prices on altcoins than you're going to get now. It might not seem like it because there's a lot of them are just doing a whole lot of nothing. But that's how you make money, is by realizing that market makers are out to trick you. So you don't buy when they're mooning, you're going to buy when they're ranging. And that's exactly what's happening. Just be careful about what you buy. Make sure it's legit and not a scam. So yeah, this is not surprising at all. Not surprising in the least. This is so bullish. Like, if you consider the macro low, June of 2023, you could say we had another higher macro low in August of 2024. Folks, we're carving out another bottoming process. Boom, we're off to probably a very nice altcoin season. I think it's going to surprise a lot of you how nice it's going to be. And it might last longer than we're used to altcoin season lasting. I'm just throwing that out there. Ethereum, alts, they're due for a nice run. Stablecoin dominance is in a very clear bear trend on the weekly. Okay, yes, we did put in technically a slightly lower low in December, and we are having a bear market rally, but I'm calling it a bear market rally. There's nothing bullish about this. I don't think stablecoins are about to break out to new highs. I think, okay, we are at the 100-week HMA. Stablecoin dominance is getting rejected there on the weekly, but we still have a Heiken Ashi candle with an overshadow. So it is possible we see a run to the 0.5 fib, which could correspond to Bitcoin breaking down to that 84.5 to 88.5K region. But look at what looms ahead. You've got a very bearish looking 50-week HMA. I think no matter what, there's a lot of obstacles for stablecoin dominance. It just broke down from a bear flag. And I think, is it going to form another bear flag? It could. It certainly could. Or it could just kind of break down, right? Like it might have a little, like maybe an indecisive week next week. It could range around here for a little while, but I think regardless of where it goes, it's breaking down. And so this is my first red zone that I identify for stablecoin dominance. My next red zone, which I think will be hit around the time Bitcoin hits 132K or roughly thereabouts, is just around here at the 236 fib. This may be the final resting place for a while for stablecoin dominance. I don't know exactly what Bitcoin prices will correspond to. It could be more than 132K. It could be 150K. But I'm just saying, I think this is the next place where stablecoin dominance finds support. And maybe when this happens, it gets tricky for people to determine if the bull market's over or not. I don't think it will be over, but I think I'm uncertain if we go any lower. The absolute lowest I could see stablecoin dominance going, and I could see it potentially touching here on a wick eventually, is down in this deep red zone. But I'm looking to this one next. So stablecoin dominance looks bearish to me. I don't see any reason to be bullish on it. We can look at the wave trend, see what it says. Curling up, so I think there's a chance we have a little bit more of a downturn, right? I do. With Bitcoin. Okay, I think Bitcoin is looking a little bit weak right now in the very short term. But I see this rolling over again. Okay, I don't think we're going back up to new highs. I think we're going to probably, go up a little bit and then roll back over and probably form a green dot. Okay, and that's where we should be a little bit concerned about Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin done? Is the bull market over? I personally don't think it is at this point. My intuition tells me no, but it could be done for a while. Like we might not pick back up again. Let's say we get a really nice run to 150K or something like that. We might not really pick up back, like with Bitcoin at least, super bullish until maybe later in the year. Okay, so that's just something to keep a watch for. Stablecoin dominance does look bearish, but I think once we get this next bear leg with stablecoin dominance, we might want to start thinking about our portfolios again and kind of like some strategies. This is alt Bitcoin pairs, basically altcoins versus Bitcoins minus stablecoin valuations. Holy crap, this looks bullish. Like, I mean, is this not a textbook accumulation range? Okay, yes, we went underneath the 0.5 fib, but we're back above it. We're in my red zone. I was wrong on my red zone. We went below it. Okay. But look what's happening here. Look what's happening. We got an indecisive red candle on the Heiken Ashi. That may change, right? We might see some green next week with altcoins against Bitcoin. Don't be surprised if it happens. We are above the 200-week HMA. We are above the 100-week HMA. We are above the 50-week HMA. Everything is lined up from least to greatest. You know what that means. There's a bull market for altcoins coming in 2025. We are below the 618 fib. We've tapped the 618 fib so many times. I think we break through on the next tap and we go to the 786. I really do. I think it's coming. Boy, I think this is going to be one hell of an altcoin season. Look at this bottoming range. I mean, this is an accumulation range, but it's also a bottoming range. Look at how bullish this looks. I would not fade altcoins heading into 2025 against their Bitcoin pairs. Not at all. The Heiken Ashi candles, while they were accidental after a little while, it was actually a good idea to keep them on because they just made me even more bullish on crypto than I already was for 2025. And I am bullish. I know it's going to be a rough couple weeks. The new year's probably not going to start off with a bang for crypto, but that's just part of the freaking shakeout. Or if you're not into the whole shakeout thing, it's just because Bitcoin got a little overheated and it needed to cool down. It really did. It was overbought and it needed to cool down. And the fact that it is cooling down speaks to me to the health of this bull market. Yes, downtrends are going to happen and they are going to happen again. And eventually we will have a downtrend that takes us, into a bear market. But I don't think that's going to happen before Ethereum reaches an all-time high, before altcoins pump to all-time highs, and literally every ounce of liquidity that can be drained out of this market has been drained. I don't think we're there yet. I think we will get there in 2025. Keep in mind that markets spend most of their time ranging and doing a whole lot of nothing, and that the upside moves are infrequent and very, very fast. They happen like literally overnight, and then you're back to ranging again. So it's not unusual to range. It's not unhealthy to range. We just have to watch out for when we get criminally overbought, and I don't think we're there yet. So enjoy your new year. I hope you have New Year's Eve plans and plans for New Year's Day. This is very likely going to be my last crypto video of 2024. I may do a YouTube short or something for FOFAR, but other than that, yeah, this is probably it for the rest of the year. I'll be back in 2025 with more really in-depth data-driven YouTube videos. If you want to catch alpha before it gets to YouTube, go to my Telegram. Link is in the video description. You can also find me on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. It's hard to remember all those things. So have a safe, happy, and healthy New Year's, and let's look forward to the New Year's crypto revolution. See you next time in the crypto simulation. I'm out.